How's it going, guys? Another great day for the Champions League, so let's go over Inter against Arsenal. Inter, they were gonna play a 3-5-2. That's how they usually play, but honestly, I didn't expect Visek to start, and also the brick. Um, I like I like Di better, and also I like to have Bastoni. They're in the midfield. They were gonna have Fratesi and Zielinski. They're really good players, but personally, I like Barella a little better too. But they did super well. Arsenal, they want to play a 4-4-2. They've been playing like that lately because Trossard, Havertz, they have a lot of freedom. And also, Merino was going to start because Rice, he was injured. In the first half, you're going to notice that Arsenal was going to try to press super high, but Calhanoglu, Zielinski, and Fratesi, they are mixed midfielders. So they can play in any position. They can attack, but they can also drop a lot if they have to defend, but they also move a lot. So and then also Lautaro was dropping, so it was like they were doing almost like a diamond here. But then also the defense, they open up a lot. So even though Arsenal was trying to press, they were unable to get the ball because these guys are really good at building from the back. Plus, they've been with the same coach Inzaghi for a few years now. Here we can see that they were pushing Visek a lot, especially in the first 30 minutes. And Calhanoglu, he would get here, and they would do this. And obviously, they made the pitch super wide with Dumfries. So it was super dangerous because Arsenal, they didn't know how to defend at that point because Saka had a lot of the defensive duties, but he had to go with Visek or Darmian. And also White, he couldn't go up as much because of the same reason. Also, Dumfries, he had some really good duels with Martinelli when he was defending. And he had some, when he was attacking, he had to face Timber, and that was another good duel too. When Inter defense, they do this, the 3 in the back, but they leave a 5. So it becomes like a 5-3-2. And this is super hard to get into because these guys, they're ready to counter attack, and they're super fast, especially Dumfries. That's how they usually attack. Here we can see that again, Arsenal was trying to press, but the first chances were for Inter. And here you can see that even though they were trying to press, they make the pitch super wide, and Arsenal, they couldn't get that. And plus, Sommer, he was really good with his feet, so that was almost impossible to press. Here we're gonna see how Inter defends corner kicks. They usually leave Taremi in the first post, and then Debrick, Bisek, and Dumfries, they're gonna do Sonal. The only man marking was gonna be Lautaro against Gabriel, and Darmian against Merino. And when he's on the right hand side, Saka is gonna take those corner kicks. Also, when he's on the left, Martinelli is gonna take those. And after a few corner kicks, Lautaro switched, and he was gonna cover Merino or Jesus later on, and Gabriel was gonna be now with Darmian. And also, Arsenal always leaves Havertz, Saliba, White, especially, and Partey in the back, because then they're gonna block the goalkeeper. And also, by the way, Inter, they didn't have any corner kicks during the match. So in the last 10 minutes of the first half, you're gonna see that Saka and White, they had a lot of freedom, same as Trossard and Havertz, just because they couldn't get into the box. And you're gonna see that they were pressing super high. But again, look at Bisek. Inter, as long as somebody is covering or defending 1v1, they allow a lot of rotations. Then in the last minute of the first half, Calhanoglu is gonna take it. Here's there with Zielinski, and he's gonna put it in the box. But look, once it's in there, you're gonna see that Taremi is with Merino, and you're gonna see that everybody claims a handball. When Calhanoglu puts it in, as you can see right now, Taremi is able to kick it, and then it bounces off the hand of Merino. Then you can see it. That's the touch, and that's the handball. So then Calhanoglu was going to take it against Raya. Calhanoglu always never misses, and he scored the 1-0. Alright, so that was the end of the first half. As you can see here, Arsenal had 7 corner kicks, but on target they only had 2 shots. So it was a really good match, especially in the last minutes. Something to notice for the first half was that the biggest chance during the match was Dumfries during the first half. Then Inter, they move a lot. They have a lot of freedom. And even the center backs had a couple options when they were building from the back. Personally, I thought that Barella should have come in either for Fratesi or Zielinski. Just to be behind, if Barella would have been here, that would have been dangerous for Arsenal. On the Arsenal side, I thought that Saka and Martinelli, they have to defend a lot. Because, Darmian, like I said before, Darmian and Dumfries, they were attacking. Also, Havertz and Trossard, they had a lot of freedom. And that's usually good for them, but when you have three in the back, they couldn't get into the box. And also something that I thought is what maybe Odegaard should have gone for Merino, because Odegaard, when you have three in the back, Odegaard, he has that creativity. All right, when the second half started, Gabriel Jesus came in for Merino. But now it was gonna change. The formation was gonna be I saw it as a 4-1-4-1, like that. How did you guys see it? But that's how I saw it. And in the second half, obviously, this substitution meant that Arsenal, they were gonna attack a lot. It was like, hey, we're gonna go for that tie, and they were pressing super high. And actually, it was paying off, because look what happened at this 57th minute. Saka is gonna take a corner kick, and you can see Gabriel with Darmian, but Taremi is on the first post. And look at Gabriel; he actually gets there, and then luckily Dumfries is there, and he's gonna kick it away. But look, if you zoom in, you can see that Gabriel is there with Taremi, and Sommer, the goalkeeper, he actually gets it, and Dumfries is just there on the line, and that was a good save. But then 1 minute later, look at Havertz. He's not being pressed, and then he's gonna find Trossard. Like I said, they had a lot of freedom, and he's just gonna do a little turn, and then look, with that pass, he's gonna leave Havertz against 1v1 De Vrij. So then he's gonna shoot, but look what Sommer does. That's an excellent save. But again, Arsenal, they were creating a lot at this point, and it was super dangerous because Inter, they were wasting time. They just wanted Arsenal to get desperate. Anyway, so now around this, after that, Thuram, he came in for Lautaro, but so it was gonna be this information, but also Varela, he was gonna come in for Fratesi, and Mkhitaryan was gonna come for Zielinski. But Varela was gonna be on the right, Mkhitaryan on the left. Because again, these guys are also mixed midfielders, so they defend a lot, especially against Saka. They were doing 2v1 at all times. Same with Martinelli. Then a couple of minutes later, Aslani, he came in for Calhanoglu, but at this point, which was like the 76th minute or so, the message was that these guys, they weren't gonna keep the ball anymore, because Lautaro wasn't there, because Calhanoglu wasn't there. So now Inter, they was wasting a lot of time now, and it was too risky. But again, they tried to keep pressing, as you can see right here, but it didn't work out, because Arsenal, they had a lot of chances, or at least they had possession. Then Di Marco, he was going to come in for Taremi, but he usually plays on the left. So now it was going to be a 5-4-1 like this. This is how I saw it after the substitution. And now they were going to defend. In the last 10 minutes, I didn't see them attacking much. Then Zinchenko, he was going to come in for Timber, because Timber was tired. And Norabi, who's going to come in for Trossard. But it still was the same formation. And actually, they had a few chances, and as you can see, Inter, they were in their box. They couldn't get out. And the last 7 minutes or so of the game, Gabriel was just another forward, so he was always in the box. So that was super dangerous, because look how high the defensive line is, and all the Inter team is in the box. Then in the 92nd minute or so, Havertz, he got injured, he was bleeding, so he got out, and Odegaard came in for him. But Odegaard, he usually plays on the right, so Waneri, he was going to be on the left, and Odegaard on the right. Still the same formation and tons of freedom, but they couldn't score that goal, and Inter won. It was a good game, I really enjoyed it, and here you can see that again, Inter didn't have any corner kicks. So please consider subscribing if you like the video. Thanks.